What is up, guys? MrBagelz here. Let's test run Aviary Attorney. So, Aviary Attorney is a visual novel where you play a bird who happens to be a lawyer. And it's got a story and stuff, and that's about all I know. Because, as per usual with test run videos, this is a first impression gameplay type of video where we just kind of jump into a game, not really knowing a huge amount about it, and we just kind of see what the first 30 to an hour long whatever is in that time span and whatnot. So we're gonna jump into it. It's very quiet. There's no music in the intro, which very creeps me out. I'm fully prepared to make up some goofy voices. But there was a thing that said voice volume, so I think it reads to you, which kind of bums me out a little bit. I'm not really sure, though. So here we go. Ah, yes. This place. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Criniere of Baron Rorgiel. Oh, God. Murder at Frog Palace. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh, mon Dieu. I'm gonna pronounce everything wrong, by the way. Dame Cataline, what have you done? Looks like a witch. Act 1. A cat with claws. Claws. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. There's no voice. It's just bumps. It lied to me. Oh, is this the main character? I don't know. Sparrowson, who's the main character? If I don't want to give the wrong voice to somebody. He doesn't look like the heroic type. Why does he have human hands? This is already freaking me out. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Aha! Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, Falcon? Too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. Good, it's not your mail. That's illegal. It's probably junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison, I can't read that, on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial's in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Pertoir Demiao of the Diam estate. Oh, man, I'm butchering this. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that. The Demiao estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much more for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our effort. Wow. I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline at court? Nope. Oh man, I'm so tempted, but I don't want to. Oh my god. What do I choose? Nope. Nope. I think not, Sparrowson. The fate of a fat cat Borges is none of my concern. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon already. What? With all respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling. Still. Come on, let's be productive members of society. Alright. Alright. You've twisted my arm. Let's head to the La Concierge and meet our client. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all the sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demiao's letter first. One moment, Falcon. He's gonna hide it. I have it now. It's there. Forever. Portoir's letter has been added to your evidence folder. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Like right now? Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again? I recall you losing it at the New Year's party and at Christmas. Oh man. Sounds like Falcon getting crunk. I don't know why I said that. Yes, all right. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Why do we need to know how much money he has? Let's make a move. Bam, the door slams shut. Oh, hey. Welcome to the map screen. I couldn't tell this was a map. Thanks. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or a location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Concierge or the AA office. Oh, that's nice. That fits so well, the AA office. No case is too big or too small. No junk mail. Alright. For centuries, the infamous concierge prison has detained the accused and the condemned alike. Alright, here we go. Falcon and Sparrow step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. If I'm reading that wrong, I apologize. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. The concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. Hey, what do you want? Good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Cataline Dumau. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're the lawyer, huh? Fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. He's a crow. Oh my god, she's legit a cat. Holy crap. Cataline! Mine papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Oh, that was creepy. Dame Cataline Dumau, I presume. Dumau's perfect! You've arrived. The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. Mine papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What happened on the night of the murder? Who was there that evening? Did you see anything suspicious? What happened? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and mine papa had arrived at Chateau Criniere, the home of great Baron Rorgiel. Mine papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your photo? Took your what? Bingo. Camera. It's a very new gadget. Gotta remember, it's 1848, guys. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. Yeah, whatever. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So, after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. We saw. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? She already told me he was there that evening, but let's go with this one. Dame Cataline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal, the food was delicious, the conversation was boring. I captured a mouse and left it on someone's doorstep. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Cataline said you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was. You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had a poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on. Then a marbled steak served perfect, bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. Bloody rare steak. Bloody rare has been added to your evidence folder. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for a steak? Nope. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Criniere would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Who was there that evening? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and mine papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. There was Baron Rogiel, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grinwy, well, until, he died. And there was Monsieur Robitio de Rubinio, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? No, I think that'll be all. So, what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Criniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur Robitio de Robinio. It's either going to be a frog or a robin. One of the two. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? I believe in justice. I believe you. I believe in justice. Dame Cataline, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, fils de pou. If serving justice makes me a fils de pou, then I'll wear that title proudly. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, which bums me out. Because I took French classes first. Dang it, I just missed the whole sentence. I didn't mean to click. Not particularly. Can I go back? Where's the back button? Fine. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook. Oh god, so that I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's move. Alright, so we've got some new places. A new day. The game saves automatically. Whatever. Studio Robinio, Chateau Criniere. So I've got a couple ways. You can also make a quick save at any time by clicking save and quit. Cool. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. Cool, so we got 2 places, but they're going to take like a serious chunk of the day, if not all of it. I think they'll take all of it. So, Chateau or the photo. You know what? I want to know what animal this is. So we're going to go here first. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Robinio, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain, but in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? Should knock anyway? We should go. Knock anyway. We should knock anyway. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope. Doesn't sound like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur JayJay Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging the door down. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? Oh snap, we broke into his house. What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now that we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very swanky. I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest, and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click the X in the top right corner. Alright, we can look around at a lot of stuff. What's on here? I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. Alright. There's like a ton of paintings. Let's see. Anything on the table? There's a room. There's like just a huge chunk of paintings. Let's go ahead and see. What's this one? A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. Oh, this is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. Dang it, I mixed it up. Whatever. Alright, what do we have here? This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who once fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. Oh, Sparrowson. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from the Notre Dame Cathedral itself. Good lord. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps. It looks more like a stepladder to me. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. Must be Napoleon. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. A lighthouse. No, wait. It's a man within a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge, Falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me, how illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering? Rifling through a person's belongings? It's cool. We're lawyers. Right? It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. Alright. I think that was everything. Oh no, chandelier. A chandelier? You should get one of those. I don't have money for that sort of luxury. Alright. Let's get in here. Hey, Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No, look what's on the easel. Oh, wow. This must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. Wow, look at her dad. How majestic. He has a top hat, too. I want to see him in this game. Like, I really hope we see him. Is that a giraffe? Holy crap. There's no question about it. I see the housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think that's Signor Portois, Cataline's father. So, what shall we do? Do we just take this? We should leave it. No, that would be a big mistake. Even half-competent lawyer knows that we just shouldn't steal. Still, we've learned some valuable information by seeing this photograph in person. I suppose so. Is there anything else we need to do here? No, I think we're done. I think we're done with our B&E. Let's get out of here. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Technically, it was Sparrowson that broke in. Uh-oh. Oh, mon doigt. What happened to my door? Tell the truth, lie, tell the truth, lie, tell the lie. Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels, you cannot do that because that would be illegal. And they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right. Let's go. Ah, man. So he was a Robin. I was right. Robinio. I was hoping he'd be a frog. Next day, Chateau Criniere. Here we go. Falcon and Sparrowson into the courtyard outside Chateau Criniere. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Is that a kangaroo? Oh, my lord. Excuse me, monsieur. I don't mean to be a... Jeez. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in your wallets. What will you do? Give nothing, give 1, give 10. Ooh. Be gracious, be greedy, be neutral. Give him 10. I'll be gracious. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh, wow. Bless you, monsieur. Bless you. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Make sure a mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. What am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to attend to. Now I'm going to need money for something, and I'm not going to be able to get it, which is fine. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Criniere. Whoa! Look at this place. Baron Rogiel must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes. He's a smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Oh my lord. Look at this guy. Did I hear my name, Great Baron Rochiel, property owner extraordinaire at your service? And who might you fellows be, more investigators? No, we're attorneys. Yes, yep, we're policemen. You know, we've already started this whole lie going. Let's keep lying. Correct, Baron. I'm investigator, V.V. Kestrel. And this is my lackey, Robinson. Good thinking, Falcon, but don't slip up, or we'll both end up in deep merde. Which is crap. So, how may I help you, Inspector? We're here investigating the murder of Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend, and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back door. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the, murder. Unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. We've already seen it. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigation. So, where shall we go first? Whoa, okay. Probably best to start in the garden, honestly, because that's where it happened. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing? The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail? You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time that the Parisian police have missed something right under their nose. Alright, select an area to examine. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep. Eventually, we realized that it was just filling up on horse duvets. Terrible. I like Sparrowson, and I like his puns. Very much so. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the table. Under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Alright. So we've got the fountain. Let's check out the fountain. The fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble that can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep. I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome. Get it wrong, you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Let's go heads. It's probably going to be tails. Put it all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim. Gah, fine. Hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I knew it! I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. That's fantastic. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a very wet cigar butt. Possibly belonging to Baron Rogiel? Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Cigar butt has been added. Nice. Is there anything else we need to do here? Yeah, there's tons of stuff, dude. What are you doing? Actually, I think there's only like 2 things. So let's peek around a little bit. I wonder if you could just go into an investigation and just skip completely through it. Alright. This is where he died. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grinwy died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Oh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood written with the frog's last breath? Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grinwy was attacked and killed on the staircase. Select an area to examine. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No, I would not. Baron Rogiel certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Alright, I think that we have searched everywhere here. Boom, 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 boom. I think we're done here. Good call, but are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Alright, let's go to the main hall. Oh man.
Did Monsieurs have a good look around? Messieurs, I trust everything was in order.
Actually, we haven't seen the lounge where the photograph was taken. We should probably go to do that before we leave. Oh, okay. Now I understand. Whoa, giraffe rig. Second floor. Third door to the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon. Did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah! Yes! Are you 2 policemen? Yes, that's right. I'm Investigator Vivi Kestrel. And I'm Lieutenant Robinson. Just got transferred from Martial Vice. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duhat. So, what can I help you officers with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. We would like to ask you a couple of questions. Oh, the murder. Of course. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? Is this where the photograph... We know this is where the photograph was taken. Mademoiselle, is there something we should know? Pardon me? I don't know if you're aware, Mamelle, but there's a serious murder investigation taking place here. It's no time to be keeping secrets. Mamelle. It's cop talk. No, it's nonsense talk. I understand the situation, officers, but I don't have anything to hide. Pressure her. We don't appreciate dishonesty, mademoiselle. Lying to the police officer, that's punishable by 10 years of hard labor and iron shackles. 20 if the judge hasn't had his coffee yet. Tell the truth now and maybe we go easy on you. Okay. No need to break out the bad cop routine. You probably saw me as you were coming in, and it would be foolish to deny it further. I admit it, I'm guilty. Wait, you're guilty? You're admitting to murdering Monsieur Grinwy? Wow, this case was easy. Book him, Bardo. No, I'm not the killer. I'm just admitting that I might have something of a thieving habit. I've been taking the occasional trinket. Just little things the Baron wouldn't miss. I'm saving up so I can... Well, never mind. I don't suppose you are the cause of all the missing silverware in the household. You know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think those would matter. But, well, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved at least. Missing silverware. Dun dun dun. So, are you going to take me down to the station? Am I getting thrown in prison? What? No. You just get a warning. A slap on the wrist. Put back whatever you just stole and don't do it again. That's a relief. Thank you so much, officer. Was there something else you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was taken? We know this, but fine. We're looking for the room the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. You were in the picture. Let's see. The cameraman was standing... just about where you're standing actually, Inspector Castro. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using this that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron MrBagelz just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it right now, I guess, so it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence folder. Wait, we should have taken that picture. Because we could have seen if it had clock hands, then something would have been different. Colleen, is there something else you wanted to ask? No, that's all. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, monsieur. Alright, well, that's about it for here, I guess.
Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
We had a good look. Thank you, Baron, but we actually have some questions for you.
Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide.
About your housemaid. We could sell her out. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, but what happened the night of the murder? Baron MrBagelz, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh, am I in trouble?
Not at all at the moment.
Oh, no.
Nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture.
I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that.
I see.
Is there something else I can help you at?
About your housemaid. We met your housemaid, Colleen Duhot.
She's a very courteous young lady, isn't she?
She's a thief. No, I'm not going to sell her out. Yes, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation.
I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else?
We'll be leaving. I'm not going to sell her out. Come on. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time.
It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs.
Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. We have a trial to commit to tomorrow. A new day. January 6th. Alright. It's time. Palais de Justice. Houses of the High Court. Here we go. Falcon and Sparrow stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. We've got this case in the bag.
Look at my feathers, see? Totally unruffled.
Wow. Well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Oh, boy. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do?
No, we've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull together.
Let's move along, fellas.
I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon.
We will.
Oh, no, that's Sparrowson.
Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this. Bring it on.
It's a rabbit? What? Look at this guy.
Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? JayJay Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabbington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Gosh, where are my notes?
Ha! I knew it.
Knew what?
Knew what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I could only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, who scored the lowest?
Knew it. I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are the jury all present?
Oh, man, look at these guys.
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for this case. For cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, the 2 birds with the funny hats are Aviaries, the associate judges.
Oh.
Interesting. Everything seems to be in order. Let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Meow. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stands.
Oh, gosh, are we ready already? Are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand.
Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Oh, man, look at this guy. Oh, my God.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Justin Volerty. I am servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers instead we're stuck in with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival?
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene of the housemaid of Baron Rogiel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Meow. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Well, bloodied paws. Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in the testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious. Falcon will press the witness for information, ask the right questions to bring the truth to light, avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement. We were alerted and brought to the housemaid of Baron Rogiel at the scene of the crime. Found Dame Cataline. She was standing standing over the sliced open corpse with blood on her paws. Blood on her paws, dude. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there? Whose blood was How much blood was there? How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector? Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood under the inspector's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile! The inspector's answer seems very definitive. Do you have another question about the blood of her paws? No. Never mind. I have no more questions about the blood. Falcon, I know it's good to back out when you think a line of questioning might not go anywhere. But sometimes you have to take a risk. What are you saying? Something about the inspector's blood description doesn't sit right with me. Put pressure on the inspector. Maybe something will come up. Select the statement. Sliced open corpse. Scene of the crime. Sliced open corpse? I would like to ask about the corpse. Go on. Tell me about the slash. What was the cause of death? Oh my god. Tell me about the slash. Inspector, could you describe the cut on Monsieur Grinwy's corpse? Certainly, it was a single vertical slash. It was fine and deep, the sort that you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw? Certainly. Wait. You say a saber or knife could have inflicted the wound? Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Didn't you see or hear anything about a knife or a sword at the crime scene? No. Well, no, I didn't. But it's a possibility, is it not? Without, evidence, it's a pretty unlikely possibility. Let's stick to the facts. You have another question about the corpse? Yeah. What was the cause of death? Tell me about the slash again. What was the cause of death? What was Monsieur Grinwy's cause of death? That was immediate obvious when I arrived at the scene. Monsieur Grinwy had a gaping slash from his shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. Suppose there's no chance of arguing that one. Unrelated corpse. Do you have anything about... No, we're all done with that one. Select a statement of question. Scene of the crime. Inspector, you say you found Dame Cataline at the scene of the crime. Correct. The suspect was standing right beside the victim's body. When you say standing right beside, did you find anything out of the ordinary? Find anything out of the ordinary? Did you find anything out of the ordinary in the garden? Out of the ordinary? Missing garden tools, broken fences, that sort of thing? Definitely not. We combed the garden and came up empty. Nothing but marble horse statues and properly trimmed grass. Seems pretty definitive. Do you have another question? Yes. When you say standing right beside, would you say the two were less than 1 meter away? I would say around 3 feet. I'm not familiar with British measurements. How many feet are in a meter? Well, there are 12 inches in a foot and 2.5 centimeters to an inch, so... Wait, I need a pen and paper. 12 inches to a foot. That's just plain silly.
Monsieur Falcon, is this going anywhere?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. The metric system is going towards a unified system of measurements for the entire world. Assuming the stubborn-ass Americans don't drop the ball, that is.
I meant for the trial. Does the line of questioning have any purpose in the context of the trial?
Not in any form whatsoever, Your Honor.
Then stop wasting our time.
It does. It does. If she's so far away from him, she can't get a good cut on him. Come on. You lost a little favor with the jury. Oh, jeez. Do you have another question about the crime scene? Yes. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'll ask something else. Housemaid. Inspector, you say you were alerted to the scene by Baron Rogiel's housemaid.
That is correct.
Could she have been the murderer? What was her name? Ooh. Ooh. What was her name? Housemaid was Colleen Duhart. We found her running from Chateau Criniere with tears in her eyes. Colleen? That was the thieving giraffe lady, wasn't it? We questioned her extensively, but we didn't find anything implicative. As far as the police are concerned, Colleen Duhart is not a suspect. You have another question about the housemaid? Yes. Could she have been the murderer? Could the housemaid have been the murderer? I object. Falcon, you can't go around accusing people of murder willy-nilly. I must agree. I saw and heard nothing that made me suspect the housemaid. No motive, no means. Falcon, do you have any reason to suspect the housemaid was the murderer? She was stealing things, but I wouldn't see her, like, killing somebody over it. I do not. Well, no. I don't. I was just exploring the possibility. In any case, I saw and heard nothing that made me suspect the housemaid of murder. You have another... No. Let's go back to the blood on her paws thing real quick. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood of Dame Cataline's paws could have belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. No, it was the stake. It was the bloody stake. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution has a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to somebody other than Monsieur Grenouille? I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paw had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish, time-wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did it come from? It came from the stake. Dun 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 dun! On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rappington? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well? Wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Is that a dog? You gained a little favor, but we lost some as well. So, Inspector Voltierti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant, gorgeous kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But, as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet, something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. There was no silverware. How do we... missing silverware. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household has been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rogiel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happens, Baron Rogiel approached us about this very subject last night. Ooh, innocent perhaps. What a twist. You gained a little favor. Good, good. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, you better have was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I'm the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Well, then it is amazing that a partisan police manage to solve any crimes at all. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call, let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Monsieur Robinio, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Monsieur Robinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
What was the voice I did for him? Crap. This is the hard part. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and fear, without fear, to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself to the court, for the court record?
As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me.
I am the great Monsieur Robinio, cutting-edge photographer in the Visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture the very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un I probably misread that wrong. You may have seen my works in hip magazines Le Branche or CS Chateau. I can send you tweets if you like.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century, get with the times. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinio. But, let's get down to business. Could you tell us your, activities? What your activities were the night of the murder?
Very well.
I was hired by Baron Rogiel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogiel, and I left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did your photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look.
That's not the picture. It's wrong. There's hands on the clock. There weren't any hands on the clock.
My word. That is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see. Who do we have here? In the middle, we have Baron Rogiel, the lion, who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Portois de Mel, the father of the defendant. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhant, who I suspect may have snuck into the photograph uninvited.
It's a painting. It's not a photograph. He lied.
As you can see, 2 people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Mal. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Ravington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean jack diddly squat. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30.
There was nothing on that. Done. I've solved it. Everyone is the murderer. I don't know what I'm going on about.
Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Foliati said earlier, that was the exact time of the murder that it took place. And, do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself.
Falcon, something is fishy.
In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us she was present when the photograph took place. But I don't see her in Robinio's photograph.
It was Robinio. That's true. But I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It's a little too much weight. If I want to prove Monsieur Robinio's photograph is not valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed.
Waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
Select a statement. Dude, you're done. I already know what to say. Evenings, I arrived at 7 p.m., set up the camera, photograph, build. Photograph. Let's take a closer look at the photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Why is it in black and white? I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
Oh, Oh, snap. That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. Click on the area of the photograph you believe contains a mistake. Boom. The clock in the photograph. There's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates the client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. Missing clock hands. The photograph clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinier has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgiel or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There's no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock hands should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink or Photoshop to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Oh no. Oh no. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness prosecuting, and why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silent. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No, I have no idea who killed the frog. I am just admitting that I am guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the questions, the defense's questions. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stands as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I cannot protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. He's gone. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained more favor with the jury. So, the clock hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabbington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of, night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that the other parts were too. You dunce. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So, what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Pertois de Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting the honest and beloved Baron Rogiel deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline, because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Rabbington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However,
perhaps I should offer my opinion.
Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge?
Yes, I suppose that's fine.
Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections.
As a matter of fact...
Tread carefully, Monsieur Falcon. Shall I call you Inspector V.V. Kestrel? I hear that impersonating a police officer is a major criminal offense. It would be a shame if word were to spread.
No objections here. Please continue, Baron.
Fantastic.
Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc.
And now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Oh, Baron Rogiel, what, on the night of,
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grinwy left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Portois, Monsieur Robinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, the housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grinwy and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, garçon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rogiel, am an honest man.
You're a lion. You're lying to me right now. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Here we go. Select the question. Grinwy, dinner, housemaid, garden. We're going with garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. When was the last time you visited with all the horses? What's with all the horses? When was the last time you visited, Baron Rogiel? When was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
Because we have evidence. We have hard evidence, well, soft evidence, that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my own garden.
This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin.
Right beside where the murder occurred.
A cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody, and...
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Okay, sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I had visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help that on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon? There's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But, as it happens, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could have only been accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are a number of possible explanations.
Are there? because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rorgiel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgiel, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington.
Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgiel as a prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as surgeon's blades. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinio confessed, just moments ago, that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous.
And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that has necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Prosecutor, are going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something, object. Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at a crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it, so out of desperation he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pierre Portois de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is outrage. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand you disbar this ranting lunatic.
No. There is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, Garçon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now like that damn frog.
Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor.
Let's go, old man. The concierge is with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself.
That was intense. Oh my god. Well, this is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall confer that, with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. We are the Jedi. We cannot deal in absolutes. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made. The initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Demau, to be not guilty. Woo! Not guilty. Not guilty. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly.
We did it.
You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
But I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you.
Oh my god! Are you kidding?
I saw him in the garden all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity.
Are you kidding?
It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? To increase my papa's shares in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all.
I found Baron Rogiel's cigarette butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinio's photograph was edited.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grinwy in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered the Monsieur...
Oh my god!
But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for the Borgias kitty like myself. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. Falcon. What do we do now? Falcon. Well, guys, I just incriminated an innocent person. Oh my god. That is so good. Wow, that is fantastic. I mean, if you looked at it for 2 seconds, that's an outcome you could have seen, but I did not expect that at all. How could she get such deep claw marks? She's like a princess. Oh my god. We're evil. We went the evil route. It sucks. Dang it. And now we couldn't retry her because that's considered double jeopardy. So, because we'd be trying her for the same crime. That was supreme. That was really great. Fantastic. That was awesome. But that is where we're going to end for today. That is where we're going to end for Aviary Attorney. Wow, what a good twist. That was great. I didn't expect that evil plot line. If you want to play Aviary Attorney, you can do so. You can pick it up on Steam. You can probably pick it up in a bundle. I believe I might have gotten it from a bundle, or I got it on a Steam sale. I'm not really sure. It's seen a couple years now, but wow, just wow. That was great. I didn't want to stop. I was actually really wrapped up in it, as you can tell by, this hour plus video that just happened. That was fantastic. Oh my god. Of course, we're evil lawyers now. We better go drink till we can forget all our pains. Oh dear Lord. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you will join me next time. I hope you like this. I had a lot of fun. I actually really like this. I'm gonna hold on to this game. I might be continuing it. I will say that my voice is kind of sore now. I won't lie there. I haven't done so much reading and out loud in so long. So now I need to get some water. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you will join me next time in our next adventure, our next test run and whatnot. I am MrBagelz. This has been Aviary Attorney. Goodbye.